So guys, according to this headline, it says North flexes political muscle as Tinubu faces rising regional opposition ahead of 2027. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at a reaction where Arise crew members, Ojokwe, Rufai, Dr. Abati, and all that, they've all reacted to a statement by the Kaduna State governor, who has come out to say that Tinubu is giving governors big money to take home. I mean, he said under the Tinubu's government, that the Tinubu's government is the only government that has given them such amounts of money that the governors are going home with fat pockets. He also told the Northerners not to blame the woes of the North on Tinubu, that Tinubu is not the cause of the problems of the northern part of the country. This is coming at a time when people have been raising alarm over borrowing. I mean, Tinubu's government borrowing a lot. So Tinubu is saving from subsidy, giving it to governors, and then still going to borrow again from international platforms. Nigerians, can you understand that? He saves from subsidy. Instead of using it to address the challenges of Nigerians, he's giving the money saved from subsidy to the governors, and the governors have got nothing to show for. Now, take a look at this other headline. This one, yes, is despite huge fiscal allocation, state governors accused of reckless spending amid hunger, penury facing Nigerians. You can see that the governors are going home with fat pockets, but they are not spending it on the people, and Tinubu does not have that audacity to challenge them and say, the money I'm giving you, what are you using it for? Now, take a look at this image. This is an image that is being set to be an image displaying the Benue State governor giving his people wheelbarrow. Also, this video is from Delta State, where the roads are terribly bad. I mean, in a very bad shape. This other video is from Edo State, where the roads are in horrible situations. I'm going to share all these videos with you guys just for you to understand what is happening today in Nigeria. Our education system is collapsing, health system is collapsing, nothing is working, people are hungry, and the governors are going home with fat pockets. Instead of giving it to the masses and making the masses to benefit from the savings gotten from subsidy removal, it's being given to the governors, and they are not sharing with the people. So they are already campaigning ahead of 2027 in Abuja, sharing 500 naira per person. So you can imagine 2 years to the election, they are already sharing 500, 1,000 to people. So it means that majority of these loans that are being borrowed are just being borrowed for election purposes. Don't forget that Remi Tinubu has also been called out after she went to Benue to give those who were, that experienced that attack, she gave them 1 billion naira. And Nigerians are saying, instead of addressing the cause of the killings, they are busy sharing money. Remi Tinubu is sharing this money under the renewed hope agenda. Not because, it is something she wants to do. It's just like a campaign kind of gesture, not because she really wants to help them. She was in Benue State and gave them this money as a renewed hope agenda project. That's how this is not the first place she's visiting. She has been going to other states. I'm just wondering why Tinubu keeps borrowing while we are saving from subsidy. And instead of using that money to work for Nigerians, they are pushing it to governors just so that the governors can help them during elections to be loyal to Tinubu, because you don't expect him to give you this money, and during election, directly or indirectly, you will not support him. I'm just going to allow you to take a look at how Ojokwe, Rufai, Dr. Abati, and the rest of them have equally reacted to some of these headlines that I've talked about. Take your time, watch this video, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Now take a look.
Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has said that it will be nearly impossible for any Nigerian governor to oppose President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election bid in 2027. Speaking at the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation's two-day government citizen engagement event in Kaduna on Tuesday, Uba Sani attributed this unwavering support to Tinubu's unprecedented level of assistance to state governors and local governments, surpassing any previous president in Nigeria's history. He argued that this significant backing has fostered broad loyalty among sub-national leaders. Let's take a look.
Most of us who are the leaders in northern Nigeria, I think we should be open enough to take the blame, because There was silence. Where was our voices? Nobody was speaking in the last 10 years. Nobody was speaking in the last 15 years. Nobody was talking in the last 20 years. And we were sitting watching. The developmental indices in northern Nigeria, both the northwest, the northeast, and the north central, have deteriorated completely in the last 20 years to date. If we don't take very serious action, we might not have a region called the northern Nigeria. So we have to be careful. And we should stop blaming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I can attest to the fact that we are getting a lot of support from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And this support is not because we are APC governors. The support quote across all governors, irrespective of party affiliation. That is why today, I am not sure if there's any governor in Nigeria that can come out and say that he can go against the president, because the president is doing to us what no president in the history of Nigeria have done for subnationals in terms of support.
All right, Uba Sani here, he has made this point, and he actually got a lot of Nigerians speaking, but he actually spoke the truth. A lot of governors are getting support from, the federal government in terms of all the allocations and everything that, has been going on so far since the president assumed office. Your thoughts? In
as much as I like Uba Sani, I disagree with him. You have no right to say that. Yes, they get support. Is the money free? Is this not the money from the sufferings we are going through with subsidy removal that is now being channeled to the state? So it's one way or the other. It's still our money, and you should stop acting like President Tinubu is dashing them the money. It's still our money. It's our common. No. With due respect, Mr. Uba Sani, you're wrong. Okay. Every governor has a right to be able to support whoever they're going to support.
All right.
The largest is from the federal pot, our commonwealth. It's not that President Tinubu is out of his volition. And these were part of the things he said when he removed subsidy removal. And with due respect, Nigerians are suffering the effect of the subsidy removal. So they should not even go there. And please, with due respect, this mindset that it's a governor that determines who wins the state mindset that we have, it's not true. Okay. Ifeanyi Okowa was from Delta State. He lost Delta State. He was vice presidential candidate in last year. He lost Delta State to Peter Obi. So please, let's even, he's talking partisanship now. This I don't support.
But what about the fact that he said no governor will oppose Tinubu?
No governor will oppose. He has no right. He should speak for himself. Or is it all the governors? How will he speak for all the governors? Okay, go ahead. I'm even shocked that Uba Sani is saying something like this. Go ahead. I respect it too much for him to say something like that now. He should speak for himself. Is it all the governors? I know governors that will oppose Tinubu and they will come out and will tell you. Moving on. As regards the American thing, see, we open ourselves up to the Americans to do all of this. Yes, I get your point totally about sovereignty. I also get your point that what they are saying is right. But we open ourselves up. Are we not the same Nigerians that are so quick to go and say, give them visa ban, politicians that are doing wrong in this country? Are we not the same Nigerians that are so quick to go and open our ports down for them to be able to give us aid? Are we not the Nigerians that are so dependent on their aid? Is it today we know that America always interferes in global politics? Salvador Allende in Chile. Is it today that we know that America funded a national daily in Chile to be able to usurp Salvador Allende and supported the likes of Augusto Pinochet? Is it today we know? It's not today we know now. So let's stop deceiving ourselves. All the NGOs that you see that are cited, their budget and all of that, is it today we know that NGOs get funding from American governments? So let's stop deceiving ourselves. That's why we say for us to be a sovereign nation, we must start with credible, sensible leadership. A leadership that caters to his own people. A leadership that does not disgrace his own people. When they get a lot of money, they go and build government houses. Right. A leadership that invests in the welfare of his own people. So that's where we should start from. It's not today America has been poke-nosing into the affairs of every government, and they will constantly poke-nose. Well, in this country, when we had to wait for John Kerry to come and broker peace deal between Buhari and Goodluck Jonathan, are we not the ones constantly calling them for peace? Is it not the same political actors that are bringing them to meddle into our affairs if it favors them or it doesn't favor them? Right. So why are we surprised? All right. Dr. Abati, your thoughts on
just to state a principle of international, customary international law. Article 41 of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1969, states the principle of non-interference in domestic affairs. And the whole idea of it is to ensure cordial and stable relations between missions operating in host countries. So what the United States has done would seem very unusual, because if you look at Article 2, Sub 4 and Sub 7 of the UN Charter, it also includes this prohibition of interference in domestic affairs. Also, that was the decision of the International Court of Justice in DRC versus Uganda. So that's the position of the law. However, you find countries violating it, and they run the risk of being declared persona non grata, because when you get involved in domestic affairs, it could cause diplomatic friction. So it's not just about sovereignty, it's about the very principle of diplomacy itself. However, some countries consider themselves superior countries, and that's why they go beyond the boundaries. And America, under President Trump, has been behaving like the superpower controlling the entire world. However, one caveat is that in that post, you see that they try to play safe by quoting Nigerian bodies. CISLAC, Budget Nigeria. So it's as if they are providing a summary of public perception in Nigeria since they write diplomatic notes. In other words, the intelligence that these missions, that embassies, diplomatic missions that they rely on, is in fact provided by the local people themselves. And so you have a country where people are criticizing their government, they are demarketing their own country. If they want to write their diplomatic notes, their dispatches, they just summarize what Nigerians are saying. So if you take them to task, the other side of it is that, well, we're just reflecting public opinion. What they have said about transparency and accountability, I ask the question, is it true or false? Answer. It is true.
Very true. All right. Congratulations. Odogwu Burna. Well, more on good news. In a significant show of support and solidarity, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, through her Renewed Hope initiative on Tuesday, July 29th, donated a substantial 1 billion naira to families displaced by recent attacks in Benue State. The First Lady made the donation during her condolence visit to the state. She expressed deep sorrow over the recurring violence in the state, highlighting Benue's vital role as Nigeria's food basket and stressing the urgent need for peace and dialogue. Let's take a look.
I am deeply saddened by the killings that have occurred in recent weeks in the state, especially in Yewalta and Dauda communities, which led to the devastating casualties, destruction of properties, homes, and sources of livelihood, not to talk about the lives that were lost. It is most worrisome that people who have once lived together in harmony and have to go through a horrific time like this, which is not just happening, like we heard His Majesty saying that this has been going on for over a decade. So on behalf of the Governing Council of the Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI will be making the donation of 1 billion naira to help displaced families get back on their feet, go back to earning a living and having a better life.
This is such an amazing gesture, as always. I mean, only recently she donated 1 billion naira again from her Renewed Hope Initiative Foundation, and another 1 billion naira now to Benue State. We're hoping that this generous donation, which is specifically aimed at assisting families affected by the June attack on the Yelwata community in Guma local government area, which tragically claimed over 100 lives and left countless others displaced, will provide succor for those families. Vimbai.
I think our First Lady is very quickly etching herself into the hearts of many people, because we're finding that she's extremely unproblematic, if I may say that. She shows up where she needs to show up. She's there to give a helping hand. You remember the outcry, the outrage around what happened in Benue, and even after the president left, well, the president was there and he said, where are the arrests? We saw some people being paraded, but we still haven't followed that story to its finality. We're waiting for prosecution and conviction. Not much coming out with regards to that. But nevertheless, that humanitarian crisis persists. As there are several humanitarian crises across the country. So for her, I love that she clarified and she said, you know, people are always asking, not at this instance, but, you know, in previous occasions, she has explained that, you know, people are asking, where do I get the money? And well, there are well-wishers who are ready for me to disburse this money. So I think that she's doing a fantastic job as a First Lady, you know, ensuring that her philanthropic work is not just audio, if I may call it that. You know, she goes there by herself on the ground, and I hope that those who are left with these funds are also putting them to good use judiciously. So I say I congratulate Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and I hope that the First Ladies at the subnational level can also follow the example of our Mama Bibis and, you know, replicate what they're doing at their own state levels as well. So
all
fantastic.
Right. I mean, great gesture, really.
Well, just a footnote.
Yes.
In addition to all the things you said, we've always commended Senator Oluremi Tinubu on this table. However, while we praise her empathy, her compassion, and what she's doing with the Renewed Hope initiative, which says towards a better life for families, and she's been demonstrating this from one state to the other, we should put a footnote there that, look, last month, when she went to Plateau, I think July, last month, yes? Or no, early this month, around July 3rd or 4th or 5th, when she went to Plateau State, she said, our main objective is to ensure lasting peace. Mm-hmm. And that is precisely what this country needs. Yeah. Lasting peace, whether it is in Plateau or it is in Yeliwata.
Those videos that we're showing right now, you know, the Benue State governor came under fire because, you know, he donated wheelbarrows and then he named them after himself. And so he faced backlash because of that, and which I'm not sure. So this is from the Benue State governor. Go ahead.
Okay. All these governors,
yes.
they name things after themselves. Yes. But what I'm saying is that the emphasis, the point she made early July in Plateau State, was about lasting peace. And what Nigerians want is lasting peace, whether it's in Benue or it's in Plateau or any other part. And what Mrs. Tinubu has been doing should be a subtle reminder to government that there is still a lot more that the Tinubu administration needs to do in terms of giving full effect to Section 14, Sub 2 of the 1999 Constitution, to wit, that the primary responsibility of the government is to ensure the security and the welfare of the people, because donations may not be sustainable. It may be sustainable under a First Lady who is empathetic and compassionate, but what happens in the future? We must put an end to a recurrent cycle of tragedy and impunity in the country so that Nigerians can feel safe in whatever part of the country that they have found themselves. I don't know what the governor in Benue State thinks wheelbarrows we do for the people.
Women, yes.
At a time, we've been talking about mechanized farming and innovation, even in the agri sector. But some of these governors, you know, they just... they don't have good advisors, and they are not as enlightened as we expect them to be also.
Well, all right. Kudos.
He's a man of the cloth, he's a father.
He's a priest, right?
Yeah.
Well, what would we
say? Does that necessarily make him an enlightened?
I mean, he did face backlash. I got a lot of comments about the fact that he was donating wheelbarrow, like you said, at this time of mechanized, and then called it in, what did he say it was called now? Hyacinth empowers.
Did he have cutlasses?
Yeah, I saw wheelbarrows, I saw rice, and it was, he said it was his empowerment program.
Please. Did he add cutlasses?
No, I don't see any cutlasses.
This is part of the value chain. Very important.
Please. Let me satisfy you, because you have committed sin by speaking. Touch not my anointed. I do my prophet Noah. He's a priest too.
All right.
Stop it.
All right. Well, we would say kudos to our First Lady of Nigeria for that amazing donation. Well, let's head over to Edo State now to highlight this video by content creator MC Oz. Lamenting the deplorable condition of the Benin bypass, he called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Edo State Governor, Monday Okpebolo, to immediately come to the aid of commuters and fix the road. Let's take a look.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't know what the Edo State do you, but the last time I did a content concerning this Benin Wari Road, You ordered NDDC to freeze this first portion of Benin Warri Road. But up till now, nothing has been done. I entered Benin yesterday now. See everywhere. Especially this bypass. Edo State, Benin City, now the only state where it connects almost all the region for Nigeria. With this bad road, dead road. Tinubu! I beg with them for Edo State. All the dead portion of this road, Tinubu, this not for too much. I don't beg you before. You tell NGDC to tell me that work. NGDC is not work. They're not work. Every day night trucks they fall. Every day night goods they spoil. From the Monday of Gabolo, I bet talk to Tinubu with your APC influence. Let me do all the roads for Edo State.
Tinubu, I mean, he's really good at, highlighting these. The last time it was a road in Benin. Again, now this is the Benin bypass. And he's quite apt in some of the comments. But I don't know if it is Tinubu that would have to fix that road. But meanwhile, a video now making the rounds on social media shows the moment Governor Monday Okpebolo compared his administration's achievements to those of his predecessor, Gov Uba Sani, during a rally in Benin City. The governor stated that he had been told that he had done more in just 8 months in terms of development than the 8 years of his predecessor. Let's take a look.
It is painful for somebody to serve a master for 8 years and nothing to show for it. Somebody was telling me your 8 months is more than 8 years of PDP in terms of development. We commissioned a toll line. Before we commissioned the toll line, let me tell you one secret. All the debts owed by a toll line was paid by us. We did not just buy the vehicles. We did not put infrastructures on ground, but we paid the debts we made. There are many things we are doing that we are not showcasing. Very soon, I will be commissioning projects as Wike did in Abuja.
Rufy on fire.
I know. Oh yes, he's 8 months better than 8 years.
8 years.
In fact, let me even stretch it for him.
Yes.
Please, with due respect, Governor. You see, in fact, your 8 months is better than all the things Ogbemudia did. Mm-hmm. It's better than all the things that Bruce Ali did. There is nobody. Mm-hmm. There is nobody ever that can be compared to you, Monday Okpebolo. Your achievement is better than all of Ogbemudia, Abrusali, every person put together, even Lucky Gbini, everybody puts together. You are the best ever. So it's you, Monday Okpebolo, that will praise yourself. You say somebody told you, you start to praise yourself.
Yes.
You see, that's an indication that Monday Okpebolo is not busy enough. Mm-hmm. You have seen the bypass road. Shebi Monday Okpebolo claim is close to Tinubu. Mm-hmm. Why has he not been going to be able to influence President Tinubu to be able to fix the bypass road? Other projects that are there in the states that are left undone. He's talking about Edo line. I have always argued, is it pertinent for a state government to run a transport line? You see, those were the things we did in those days. Are there no other viable things we can run? He said you paid up all the debt and everything. Mm-hmm. What happened to Delta Line? What happened to your Peseta Line? Is it going to be a center of excellence? The Pueblo is connecting, is bragging about Edo Line. When fellow states are launching airline, although those one too, we always complain about what will be the cash flow. So leave him to keep praising himself. Mm-hmm. He's doing so much. That's why somebody came to donate 15 million and he's still paying him on the Pueblo. Mm-hmm. And he said, no, people should not come to their state and everything. You see, politics and politicians should stay out of the way and fix governance. Right. If I was Mr. Monday Okpebolo, there's still a lot he can do. Mm-hmm. Not start saying somebody tell you that your 8 months is better than the 8 months of PDP. They are deceiving you. Mm-hmm. They are deceiving you.
Yes.
Please, don't let them deceive you. Go ahead, work for the people of Edo State and stop deceiving yourself.
I'm getting a message. Somebody says, good morning, morning show team. The governor of Benue just called to say that he didn't donate any wheelbarrows sorry, I'm not watching the show. Well, that's what he says. He's not happy about the fact that, that we said that he donated the wheelbarrows, that there was a private individual that donated the wheelbarrows. But of course, the wheelbarrow story had been trending for more than 3.5 days now. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to add a footnote to Governor Okpebholo. He said that we are dealing with deception or delusion or psychophancy. Now, whoever told him that what he has done in 8 months is more than what Obaseki did 8 years, who is that person? It's probably one of the sycophants surrounding him, a government official who wants to keep his position. Because, in the corridor of power, there are a lot of jesters who will present themselves as people with ideas. And they will say, Governor, what you have done in 8 months is more than what Obaseki did. The only people who can tell us what they have experienced in 8 months of Okpebholo's governorship are the people of Edo State themselves. Are the people of Edo State saying that, he has done so much. Delusion. He may be the one praising himself. The lizard says, if you will not praise me, I will praise myself. But it may just be sheer delusion, sheer deceptive, self-delusional statement. Deception, the calculation may be just to deceive the people. What is important is the judgment of the people of Edo State themselves. Obaseki has left. All this comparison with Obaseki and all of that is not necessary. Let him focus on the assignment. The people of Edo State, they desire, they deserve, and they should receive quality governance.
All right. We'll take another story now. The United States mission in Nigeria on Tuesday highlighted Nigeria's plummeting economy. In a startling post on X, the post referenced various media outlets, including a publication by the Africa Report titled Nigeria's Ruling Class Splashes Billions on Government Houses. The report highlighted how governors lavished billions on building or renovating government houses despite the prevailing economic hardship in the country. It also noted that while President Bola Ahmed Tinubu asked Nigerians to endure the economic hardship resulting from his policies, the governors do not share in the sacrifice. The U.S. mission also shared quotes from transparency and accountability advocacy groups on its official handle, eliciting a flurry of reactions. Let me take the tweet from the U.S. mission. They wrote, while Nigerians are urged to endure economic hardship like labor pains, some governors are splurging billions on new government houses. They posted a link from the Africa Report. They also posted a quote from Budget Nigeria saying, Budget warns that instead of funding schools, clinics, or agriculture, leaders prioritize buildings they barely used. And then there's another from Sislak Nigeria saying that there is more money, little accountability, and no priority. Such alleged lack of fiscal responsibility fuels inequality and erodes public trust. With the hashtag Transparency Tuesday. Have you been following U.S. mission? I mean, this is about the first time I'm seeing this hashtag Transparency Tuesday. They are not holding back. And I didn't understand why that tweet came out yesterday with the, that hashtag Transparency Tuesday, but I'll come to you. Let me take a tweet about a reaction. Some people might agree or disagree with Onyali Kalu, who wrote, it's deeply concerning that the official social media handle of the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria appears to be amplifying narratives aligned with opposition parties, particularly through the promotion of content that consistently undermines the APC-led federal government and President Tinubu's administration. While we respect the sovereignty of nations and the principles of free speech, it is expected that foreign diplomatic missions operate with neutrality. Especially in a sensitive and highly polarized political climate, any perception of bias, intentional or otherwise, risks compromising the spirit of mutual respect and non-interference that guides international diplomacy. Nigeria's democracy must be left to Nigerians. We welcome constructive engagement from our international partners, but not in a way that could embolden domestic actors bent on destabilization under the guise of political opposition. I mean, that is a thought there.
Very beautiful. beautifully
Do you like that? Okay.
Very beautifully expressed. I think it encompasses it all. There's several issues, but I think the main issue, that the biggest takeaway from this is, are we comfortable with any country that is outside of our borders, being this vocal with regards to criticizing a sitting government? I think governance, accountability, and all things surrounding are important conversations to have, but they should always be done within the realm of diplomatic. There's a reason why we call it diplomacy, because there's a certain tone that it has to take. And this coming on Twitter, it felt a little bit like an attack. Now, we know that the current American administration, Donald Trump's administration, does do things in a very non-traditional way. However, it is also always important as a diplomat, as a representative of your president and your government, to ensure that you respect the sovereignty of the country where you operate. Because what this does is it amplifies other conversations that are taking place. What are these conversations? African governments are consistently, not just African, developing country governments are consistently accusing some of these global superpowers of interfering, of instigating regime change, of doing what we call color revolutions, which is when they get involved with various NGOs and sectors of opposition to destabilize the nation. So that is of huge concern. Yes. And it also follows, if you remember, around Democracy Day, there was also a communique that was issued around freedom of speech and so forth, which embodied the rest of the diplomatic core. At least the tone of that particular message had been more around the realms of the rule of law. But this one really felt extremely charged and opinionated. Is it true? Yes. The governors are enjoying a largesse as a result of the removal of fuel subsidy. FAC allocations have gone sky high and they're enjoying that. And we're not seeing a lot of developmental initiatives from it. It's correct. However, this is not how we would expect a diplomatic mission to comment on the politics of the day. Diplomatic missions are always supposed to remain non-partisan.
Well said, Vimbai, well said. I mean, talking about some of the comments that they raised, Mission X, I mean, especially with the governors and all of that. Meanwhile, your thoughts on Uba Sani quickly, and then we move.
Well, I mean, President, I said President, maybe he will be President one day. Governor Uba Sani was speaking at the Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation event, and it was in the context of Northerners criticizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as not doing enough for the North. Right. The North having given him 64% of the votes, 5.6 million out of the 8 million plus votes that he got in the 2023 election. And he was defending the president to say that, in fact, the president is doing a lot for the North, and that governors have been so well treated by the president that, in fact, he doesn't think anybody will go against him. Did he lie? In 2027. Right. And he was not alone. The SGF, George Akume, the NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, also spoke along the same line. So the contest is important.
Very important. Shall we head over to Ghana now, where the country's parliament has announced a 100,000 Ghana cedis reward for members of the Black Queens following their impressive bronze medal finish at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The announcement was made on Tuesday during the team's visit to Parliament. Alexander Afenyo-Makin, the leader of the parliamentary minority who made the announcement, stated that the parliament members are the first to publicly celebrate the Black Queens by gifting them their reward in cash. Let's take a look.
But Mr. Speaker, on this occasion, it is clear that so far we've been hearing words of commendation, but the actual tangible of cash support is yet to come. We are humble but proud to say that we are the first to publicly acknowledge the industry of the Black Queens by donating 100,000 Ghana cedis cash to the Black Queens. Mr. Speaker, the minister asked for evidence. It's here. We don't just talk. Mr. Speaker, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fantastic gesture. Fantastic dramatic gesture. I mean, it was the Black Queen's best WAFCON finish in nearly a decade. I thought it was such a... We were arguing whether it was enough or was not enough. But it's from their private money. And they did it publicly, not audio money.
And congratulations. Yes. That's very laudable. I think that will even motivate you. Real quickly, Sarina Wigman is Dutch, not Swedish. I kept on saying Swedish. I'm sorry.
All right. Kudos to the Black Queens as well. Well, they won the bronze medal in style. I'd love to thank you all.
They are threatening to beat Nigeria in the next one.
They should try it now.
I don't support
Can they tell them that Nigerians know they carry last? Tell them, please. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.
So guys, I'm quickly going to take you through some of the reactions coming from Nigerians on this politics that we are already seeing in Abuja. These are some celebrities, you know, campaigning for the Tinubu's government. These are people that couldn't speak up when Benue State was on fire, when Plateau State was on fire by herdsmen. You know, these people have never come out to speak up, but now they are the ones going around Abuja sharing money. Can you imagine? This is why Wike is saying they should come and win Abuja Nash, that he's in Abuja. Yes, Wike can allow them to campaign. Other politicians will not campaign because of Wike. Anyway, guys, let me just take you through some of the reactions. This person says, even African China. African China is the guy that sang "Lead Us Well, Govern Us Well." I think there are two like that. The other one is it has passed on. So African China is the only one that is alive of the two of them that sang that song. He's part of those, you know, campaigning for Tinubu in Abuja, sharing 500 naira. They've kept Nigerians poor. What else? Is to share money and give them so that they will collect their PVC. This person say, I believe you travel before age 30 to save money. Let me put you on the talk. Instead of spending $50 on foreign, okay, sorry, this is not what I meant. This person is trying to say even African China is also campaigning for the Tinubu's government and sharing 500 naira. This other person say, so none of these people fit stone them. Men where they fight for their pockets, can't they deceive people? Another person say, just look at the road they are using to promote Tinubu. Very dirty road. Traders selling on the road and commuters are fighting hard to compete with road sellers and traffic. Ona they shame me. Ona no they shame me. You know, this person is trying to say that, see where they are doing their campaign. Abuja is clean. Wike is walking. It's only where they chose to show you, not everywhere. This person say, this is beyond disgrace. I imagine your so-called celebrities campaigning for a party that has plunged this country into suffering. This is mockery and betrayal. And public figure involved in this nonsense should be ashamed. You are part of the rot holding this country down. I think this is just it, you know? This is just it. Oh my God. This is just it. This one says, nobody fit pursue them with stone. Them stand, they look. How will you go to pursue them with stone in today's Nigeria? This person say, why nobody stone them? Another person said, money chasers, now everything you bring them go do. This person said, sorry, let me take another tweet. Another person say, most of them are trying to hide their faces with cap and shades. No be their full chest, but what to do. That no be their full chest, but what to do. It means that he's trying to say that they are hiding. It's not actually what they will not in a normal day want to do this. That in a normal day, this is not what they want to do, but money is involved now. Tinubu is going to spend badly. I mean, Tinubu is going to spend heavily come 2027. See, Nigerians, the money that is being borrowed, guess what? It's not being borrowed because Tinubu is, tell me what Tinubu is fixing. Now, they've put some refineries for sale, you know. Tinubu must come back 2027. Borrowing. Hey, person wey sing food, you know, they... Brother, water no dey. Our road no good oh. Everybody for thief one day. Every day for thief one day. for the owner. I don't know how to sing it again, you know, but the person tried to say that African China that sang this song is not the one, you know, eating his vomit back. Make una help me ask African China, say the thing he complain about don't change. Hey, this other person say, did I hear Zach Orji, shameless old fool, under his nose, APC Yoruba Reno, terrorize, we name all street that bears Igbo names. Hey, Igbos campaign for Tinubu, despite all the Igbos being chased out of Lagos. Make una stop calling those old fool celebrities. What are they even celebrating? Mediocrity, I guess. Nonsense people. We need to start buying all these useless people who always present themselves as an opinion molder in our society. For instance, Reno Mokre, Zach Orji, Sheyi Law. Okay. It is up to every person to make their bed however they wish. I had a close friend who voted for tribalism in 2023 general election over common sense. He has sold his only car and is still swallowing the bitter pill of our locum. But I do not sympathize with him. Hey, wait, this other person say, if the suffering Nigerian masses will stand up and watch instead of stoning such a group of psychopaths like these jobless people making a mockery of the current predicament, then this ill will continue. If I were in Maraba, I would have been the one to cast the first stone. These are the I blame Nigerians until people begin to chop beating on top Tinubu matter. Begin chop beating on top Tinubu matter, they no go get sense. What stops those on top bridge to peace for boss and even through pure water? Oh, them Africans, African China, my president lead us well. If govern us well, hunger na bastard.